Well, thanks for coming back. It's been a while. Like a long while. 2 years, 3 months at this point. Yeah, sorry about that. Been doing a lot of real life stuff. Quick rundown is I got engaged, got married, bought a house, been renovating said house. I've got a full-time job, I've got other hobbies, it's a whole slew of things, but in the end, y'all don't really care about that. You just want to know how the project's going. And it's going good. I've made a lot of changes, so this video is going to be quite long. Also, some of my procrastination is I just don't really want to like edit and pre-record and write a script and all that stuff for these videos. So this is just going to be like my old videos while I just sat and kind of talked to the entire thing. So if I get to a point where I'm rambling too long and there's a jump cut, that means I rambled even longer than that and I just chopped it out. So it's going to be a little choppy, but I think that'll be okay because I'm here to make this project and not necessarily make super good videos, I guess, in the process. But so what we got here is the main menu for now. As you can see, the name is just Unity Project. It's not going to be what that like the full name is. I haven't figured that one out yet. Or have I? Who knows? We see there, Data. He's been doing stuff in the background. Maybe y'all have been watching him. And he's programmed to just do random stuff until the end of time. So we get started. Go here. New game will take us into a test area that I've set up. But originally, it's going to take you to the first cutscene and take you through Ocean Tower and all that stuff. Continue. Currently does not work. It's just there. Coming soon. Soon. I have no idea when, but at some point. Options. The only one that works right now is volume. And you can adjust these. Master, of course, is the entire volume. Like all different 3 options. Music, you can turn that completely off, so then you can just hear the beautiful sound effects and Data running around and whatever the heck he's doing now. We'll actually just leave that in the middle for now. Effects, of course, turn it all the way down. And no more effects if you want to just listen to the sweet soundtrack. And voices is by default in the middle, just in case you can't really hear them. You can turn them up, or if they're still too loud, you can turn them back down. But we'll keep that right there because the voices are actually kind of loud, especially Data whenever you go into the options. Like that's ear piercing if it's max volume. Maybe I need to fix all the audio, but maybe I'll get to it. Hopefully I do. But yeah, we shall hop right into it.
Here we go.
Alrighty, first things first, we're going to start with the biggest change, and that is to the movement system. I have given up on the original Mega Man Legends movement system, the quote-unquote tank controls, in favor of a more modern 3D third-person movement system. Camera's controlled separately from the movement. You can look down, you can look up, you can move around, you can spin around, all that good stuff. With this comes the change to Mega Man and how he shoots. He now always faces whatever direction you are aiming with his feet planted to the ground. This causes him to rotate his body all the way backwards, and then once you get to a point, he will then flip around. Looks a little jarring in terms of the jump cut that it kind of makes whenever you go back and forth, but that was what I found to be the best solution. And of course, while you're moving, you will then continue to be able to shoot, and you'll always face one direction. It feels so much better than the old system, and I'm glad I made the change. And no, I will not make it where you can swap between the old system and the new system, because the new system has things in it that will not translate well to the old system. Like, for one thing, is rolling. I have now implemented where you can roll in the middle of combat. Basically, you'll see later that you have iframes whenever you roll, so you can now plan it to dodge certain enemies or go through certain attacks, and it just feels very nice. You can do it from a complete standstill. It'll just roll in whatever last direction you were looking, or you can do it while moving. It feels very nice. Another thing I implemented is kicking. It is a very important part of Mega Man Legends, is to be able to kick things. Mainly being able to kick cans. I've got a can over here that we can kick. Such a beautiful noise, a nostalgic noise. There is nothing to kick it into right now. I am sorry. I was going to implement something just really quickly, just for this video, but then I was like, nah, if I implement it, I'm going to want to do it right. And just I've already done enough things that have delayed this video, so we'll just leave it to being able to be kicked. I guess we can litter. We can just kick it right into the ocean. There we go. That's nice. There are invisible walls that you cannot get through this, but you can shoot through them if you want. All right, so after the movement system, I have implemented being able to search objects. So just for testing purposes, we got this box here. We can search it. It's a box. Is there anything inside? You found X-Buster. Yippee! For the normal items, we'll see laser weapon, batteries not included. Cool. And then if you go and check it again, it's a box. Is there anything inside? It's empty. So that works for like holes in the wall, or in this case, a box, or maybe other things that you might be able to search in the future. Who knows? But basically, it's just like an invisible hitbox that you can put around something to search it. And then on the other side here, we got good old trash cans. Of course, you kick them, and the lid doesn't fly off, and it makes that iconic noise. It's got something in it. So what's in it? It's a garbage pail. Is there anything inside? You found garbage. No way! What did you expect? Oh yeah, I guess you're right. It is a trash can. What's going to be inside it? And then if you kick it and the little lid flies off, then you know that it is empty. I've added some ambient things. With the addition of being able to go outside, I had to add some butterflies. They're very nice, very pretty. They just kind of flutter around in a random order. They can land on the ground, as you can see here. This one has landed. And then after a random amount of time, they'll take off. Off he goes. Wow. And we got some birds here. So we got a little dove. Pitter-pattering along the ground. And if you walk up to them, they'll fly away. Very cool. And while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and walk over here. NPCs were already added last video. We could talk to them. That is still a thing. Nice day today. Nice day yesterday. Nice day tomorrow. We can hope, random guy. And NPCs can now have a walking path. In this case, it's this kid's running path. If you get in front of him, he'll stop, and then you can go up and talk to him. Hey, Mega Man. What are you up to? Oh, I'm talking to you, kid. Well, ain't that something? I'm talking to you, too. Wow. All right, so that's about all I can show above ground. So now let's take a trip underground. Ah, the sub-cities. One of my favorite places in Mega Man Legends 1. It just feels so ominous, the music is so amazing, and the atmosphere is just very nice. Like, we got the moon over there just slightly flashing, and we got some random galaxies of who knows what's going on up there. Very nice. But for this, I'm actually going to turn down the music because it's very loud. So, first thing we'll talk about is the damage system. So, there is still large knockback. So, this thing initiates large knockback, or big knockback is what I've coined the term in my game system. So, it throws Mega Man back in the opposite direction of where the attack came from, and then you get invincibility frames for a little bit to prevent you from taking further damage. So, you can either get out of that situation or kill whatever hit you. And then there is still small damage, but in the original game, whenever you took a small hit, you kind of slid a little bit and were unable to move. But in my game, this thing right here will give small damage. You will still be able to move while taking the damage. You cannot jump while it's happening, and you cannot roll while it is happening, but you can still continue to shoot. Something you might have noticed while playing is Mega Man now blinks. Wow, amazing. In the first one, you really couldn't see Mega Man's face that much, so he never had an idle animation other than his breathing. So now that you can actually rotate around Mega Man, I made it where he can blink, and there are other things that his face can now do. So if you go over to an item, usually whenever you got an item, you did a little fist bump, but now if you were to look at Mega Man while he does it, he just does a little facial animation to show that he's excited about getting whatever he just got. And then if you take big knockback, well, look directly at the ground whenever this happens, you'll see that he winces in pain, and then afterwards he is pissed. Whatever just did that to him, he is mad, and he is going to figure out how to kill them. And then he goes back to normal. He just forgets it after a little bit of time. But there's an angry face texture in the Mega Man files that I wanted to utilize, so that is how that is utilized. Oh my, look who's coming over to visit. Okay, yeah, go away. He's not supposed to be here yet. And the same thing goes with small damage. Mega Man will wince in pain whenever he takes hits. I feel that was just a really nice addition. That guy needs to go away. All right, over here we have some moving platforms. This was just something I wanted to test to see how it would actually be done. So I've got these implemented. The texture is something I created along with the sound effect. Just has like a little thingy on the bottom that it could be a booster of some sort or some sort of magical device. Who knows? But you can actually hang off of these and go with them. And then if you get too close to the ground, it'll knock you off. And then if you decide to sit under them trying to crush yourself, it will actually stop. It won't actually try to crush you. Ain't that nice? So locking on, you can press in the right analog stick. A little reticle will pop up around the dude, and then the camera will stay focused on him until you either press it again or he dies. And then if you kill something, it will lock onto the next available target that's nearby. And you can also use the analog stick, the camera, to go between objects or enemies, making it a little easier to pick and choose what you actually want to fight. Another thing I want to showcase is with the addition of kicking, you can now kick these bombs back at these Hirokos to blow them up. Let's see if this guy is nice enough to shoot one at me. Come on, man. There you go. So with the locking on system, you can see that this fight now becomes very, very trivial. All I have to do is just keep running. And then just hold down the trigger. Actually, real quick, let's put on my AA battery. So yeah, this fight just becomes so much easier. But with the rolling, you can now roll through his attacks. Let's see if I can show that real quick. Oh, he got me right on the tail end of his hitbox. But you can see where the locking on system is very nice in this scenario. Makes it so much easier to see what you're doing or control Mega Man while battling. But it also makes it a little too easy. So that opens up all sorts of avenues for my enemies that I'll add in my game. Alrighty, well that about wraps up everything I wanted to say, at least about this game. A demo should be able to be coming out soon. I mean, I can't promise anything. It's been 2 years and 3 months since the last update video. But a lot has changed, and I've added a lot. I've been trying to really focus on if I'm adding something, I'm doing it in a way that's going to be modular or not just something that's thrown in real quick for a video, but actually thrown in and being able to be used for multiple different scenarios to make things easy to add, like adding NPCs, their dialogue and whatnot. All that is very easy to migrate over to either new NPCs or new areas and all that good jazz. So hopefully expect some sort of demo soonish, quote unquote. But I do have a good idea in terms of what I want to do for a story for this, a good idea of some places I want to be able to go, things for Mega Man to do, people for Mega Man to meet, and all that good jazz. I can't really say anything because it'll be a little too spoilery. But yeah, just thanks again for sticking around, and I will see you on the next one.